Kalle Sauerland, October Red Boxing. Welcome back.
How are you? And how is October Red?
She's surviving.
We're in October, but soon it'll be November, so it's the perfect month to be talking to you.
We talk about perfect months. What I'm going to talk about is the Misfits Wasserman Coalition again. The second card. We are here at the Ingle Gym in Sheffield. Talk to us a little bit about the second time round, Kalle.
You know, I'm just happy to have a smile on my face this week. God bless Misfits. No, but joking aside, listen, I keep saying the same thing about this. Expect fun and you'll be happy. Expect pure boxing, you'll be disappointed, you'll turn off very quickly. This is it. It's entertainment, it's fun, it's novice boxing with celebrities in their segments. And it brings eyeballs to our sport. Yes, not in a sense of they're going to watch, the finest jabs or the finest uppercuts in boxing history, but you're going to be entertained by boxing. It doesn't take anything away from boxing. It doesn't take financially away. If anything, it adds. So, listen, we're today in one of my growing up, synonymous with great gyms is Ingles. We're in the Ingle Gym today. Wow. But guess what? Today you've got 14 or 16 novice boxers who are all celebrities in their own little areas. I guarantee you 90% of their followers have never heard of Ingle Gym. Today they will have had contact, at least via social media, whatever. Oh, my hero was in the Ingle Gym today. Oh, they look up what the Ingle Gym is. It can only be good for boxing, no? Follow me?
I definitely do follow you. I'm one of these that's kind of like okay with the sidestep, the evolution, the branch. I'm one of these that's okay with it.
But I also get the people that are not okay with it. But then don't watch. Simple. But the one argument, don't come to me with. Don't you come to me with, I thought I look shit and it's fucking boring, it's this, that and the other. Yeah, okay, cool. But something's boring, I'm not going to watch it, am I? So watch something else. Why watch Dharma on Netflix? That's cheery. Tried an episode of that, I turned off. Oh, it's number one on Netflix. Weren't for me. My brother loves it, by the way, but horrible. But I turned it off. So just turn this off and don't watch. Don't watch The Zone on Saturday night because it ain't your cup of tea. That's fine. But don't come out and say it takes from boxing. That's the one that sits bad with me because I like to have a debate, nice debate, with anyone who says that because it's rubbish, and I'll prove it to you in a real business case by someone who has been 20 years, something years in the business. So I think at least in that part of life, I can hold my own.
And we talk about the variety because we've got from YouTubers to singers to, X Factor members, the variety of the card that you've got on.
You have segments as well?
Oh, yeah. Okay, the adult entertainment industry, which I think, yeah.
You are so politically correct. October Red is politically correct. No, at the end of the day, it's open for everyone. I just had someone come to me, a rapper. I don't know if he's Aggie. So I'm a rocker, not a rapper. But hey, I said to him, mate, it's open to everyone. Send us your reels, send us your thing. I also believe we're going to get, and by the way, we're talking to a couple of really interesting new faces for next year in this space. That I was like, no way are these people going to do boxing, but they're sending us their stuff, and we're like, yeah, let's do it.
Can you give us a clue?
Footballers. No, that's it. No. Interesting stuff. I tell you, hot. It'll be an October Red premiere when we know. It's the first time I even discussed it. But I reckon you'll see politicians coming out. You'll see all sorts of people from different areas. Because the more we do this, you've noticed that it's MFX 002 now. You see that we're not doing this as a one-off bang. We just sold out the O2, which we did do with 001. Now we're up in Sheffield. It's a smaller show, but it's a very deep show in terms of the lineup. And we're going to, next month we're out in Texas, January out in Texas. So I'm not allowed to say that. Potentially Texas in January. But it's fun. And that's what we want to do with this, is go out and have fun. Obviously, in a safe space. Boxing is a dangerous sport, even for influencers and whoever, all different walks of life. You still get punched in the face. So that's something that we, of course, always have to make sure is at the forefront of having fun. But yeah, I mean, I got to give it to the guys and girls just for having the bottle to get in there with 10-ounce gloves. Fantastic.
I really don't think you'll be short of opponents if you said that politicians are going to get involved. They'll be queuing up round the block for that.
I might have a comeback myself.
But aside from the Misfits card, I know you've mentioned it, it's nice to have
Especially if I can fight the Chancellor.
I'm going to keep my comments to myself.
Listen, this is not a political programme. I did not say that.
But we talk about having a smile on your face, and I'd be an idiot if I didn't ask. I'm going to have to ask you. I'm going to have to ask. I'm sorry. We can end on a high, but I really want to know what's happened.
You have a good right to ask, and you know, I'm gutted. Gutted for Junior from last week's. You saw the pictures of him making weight. The camp he went through. I can't talk so much about the making weight because that he found his own methods to do that. But I was obviously involved very much our team on the sparring side. He's sparred more rounds than he's ever sparred for any fight since I've been with him. I don't know, on and off for 5-6 years now, maybe a bit longer. He got mentioned, of course, the undercard, 10-12 fight undercard, all the camps. Some of the trainers or teams around it, they rely on getting paid. The boxers rely on getting paid. Their families rely on getting paid. And we're working out our portion will all be rescheduled still this year. All the undercard fighters will be out still this year. And I saw, that the fans. I've seen some, and I understand that they give it to the promoters in the neck or what. They book flights from everywhere. The media probably booked hotels. I mean, I feel for everyone on that every level. It's gutting, and yeah, we've been on the grieving side of a very, very bad week.
There's a couple of things that I'd like to ask you, and one of them you said obviously with Junior making weight. I think his weight should have been 157. He got on the scales the day after, saying it was 159. Approximately.
He was on to make the weight. He was on to make the weight. The 159 obviously wasn't the rehydration weight.
Well, that's exactly where I was going.
No, but that wasn't the rehydration weight. But he was on weight. He was on weight the week before. He was so professional around the camp. He was on weight, ready to go, and it's like I said, we see it as they cancelled the fight. They've been through hell and back in those camps. Everyone on that card, So for us now, like we said last week, the fight is to be rescheduled, postponed. But of course, that depends what comes out of the next couple of weeks out of that side. At the same time, we're not going to sit still. We've done enough of that. We have to work out what's best for June. What he wants to do now is he want to end this camp. Ultimately, he's still in peak condition with a fight now, very quickly. Do we pull it off and or pull back? Sorry, and let him. He wants to fight in a month or 2 months' time. These are things that we have to look at now. At the same time, we'll watch what like everyone else is watching what their side is up to. It's a little bit of a watching situation on that. But at the same time, we have to be very active on our side.
May I ask what the rehydration weight was? Because we're hearing that it should be £10 or, you know, can you shed any light on what he was allowed to go up to?
It's 165.
So it was almost the £10 then.
Yeah.
So in relation to, we've had a bit of, the only thing, I'm looking at it, I always look at it from a fan's point of view because I'm a boxing fan first. I'm sat at home looking at Twitter and then all of a sudden I see the Mail Online send out this tweet that there's been a leak regarding adverse findings of a test with Conor Benn. Then, not too long after that, we get the prohibition notice, as it were, from the British Boxing Board of Control. But then as the interviews have gone on, the fight week's gone on, it's like, but we've known for weeks. Like, as in the two teams, you discussed it, you said you were okay to go ahead with it. So my concern is, and the fans' concern is, did the British Boxing Board of Control know about it and it was a knee-jerk reaction to the Mail Online release?
Oh, they'd known about it as well. I don't have all the information that people think we have. It wasn't our side that had a positive finding. Yeah. So I don't actually, that's what you know is all I know. So that's what we received. And people make out it was discussed between the parties. It wasn't discussed between the parties. I did speak to Conor Benn once on it, and that we were talking to the board through lawyers. My overall feeling on it is, why did no one pick up directly to us, man to man? No, but not from lawyer to lawyer. Just like call us up. Look, you're the aggrieved side. This is what you're right. This is what you can do with, you know. And I felt that was mishandled, and that, you know, I felt that last week. I feel it now, but we don't have more information. We are in the same position as Joe Blogs on the street, as we don't know. Well, I read, you know, today I read Conor Benn saying he's going to prove clear his name. Yesterday I read there's a second test, right? So I you know, like. Well, why are we not copied into a second test? Is there a second test? You know, right now I don't know. So that part is misapportioned. And I'll always answer to a case, and I'll never back out of an argument if I feel I'm right. But we also have to understand is our side have only the information that we've been given. We've been given that he has a positive test by an organisation from a doping organisation, FADA. It's not a UCAD test. So we have to follow the protocol, or else we're in trouble at the end, and we've done nothing wrong. So that's the let's say the position. We want to call it, say it formally, but I'm trying to explain it in a very normal manner because I've had enough of formal talk. So I'm trying to give it to you the way it is. Just the way it is, you know, just the way it is, and we've done everything we by the book, our side, you know. Chris has been clean, and yeah, we've been informed from their side, but that's not, you know, it's not like we have done anything that's not been by the protocol. What has been missing is a line of communication from the board to us, apart from lawyers going back and forth. You know, that's really all I can say to it.
So did you find out at the same time as the board prohibited the fight, or did you find out when the adverse findings came in?
The adverse findings together with the board, panic, immediately like what's going on? And at that stage, you're informed, but you're taken out of it because it's not your matter. It's not, you know, it's not my guy who's had it. Exactly. So there's, you know, you're just sitting there thinking, oh, I hope this is a mistake. You know, there's something wrong here. But you're also out of the process. You know, it's because it's, and I don't know how much even Matchroom were out of the process because it's actually almost a private matter from an athlete with the board, if I understand it correctly. So at that stage, I'm like, but, you know, who's going to talk to us? Yeah? So we obviously got the best lawyers we could in the business, and they were then talking to the board, who, by the way, we do shows with the whole time. They were in town. They were doing the undercard. They were still doing check weights on the undercard. I think someone could have tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Kalle, sit down for 5 minutes with Junior, and we'll explain what's going on." No, I didn't get any of that. I think for me, the handling was wrong, and they'll probably say, "Well, we weren't allowed to legally or whatever." Well, but come on. There's illegal, whether there's also the personal side to this, and the amount of people that were personally affected by it. That's the side that I don't know.
But this is boxing, and they always say that every day is a school day. I mean, moving forward based on this experience, how would you handle something like this in the future?
My dad always told me, in boxing, you never think you know everything, because you don't. And I've got last week, bloody hell, like doing a Master of Science. I was terrible at science as well, but it's just sad, It's sad. But we look to pick the pieces up, on our side, and move on.
Well, like I said, I could talk you to death on the matter. I've covered what I wanted to ask. So we're going to end on a positive. We've got Misfits 2 on Saturday.
Misfits 002.
002, I beg your pardon.
I'll wait with 007.
007 should be a good one.
Yeah. Special one.
Yeah. So when is there going to be another one? What's the kind of strategic...
November 17th.
Okay.
Vitor Belfort against Hazim Rahman
Yes,
Jr.
that's in America, yeah.
In America.
That one, never mind.
And then we're back with 004 in January, probably also in the States, but then with 005 in February, March in the UK again.
And when is that when KSI's back out?
He will be January.
So he'll be fighting in the States?
Looks like it. Not 100% yet, but looks like that. But he'll be back then, later in the year, the UK. So, and these ones here are also building up all the undercards of this one here. That you'll see the way that there's more and more faces and names that we see again. I've got in the background there Slim at the moment. You saw Slim on 001. Great performance. I mean, here he is now with his grudge match against Taylor.
It is very interesting, and like I said, thanks for keeping us entertained. I'm one of them that doesn't mind the crossover.
Well, they just sort of take my space, eh?
I have it all the time. Usually,
the disrespect to the Misfits world, eh? That would never happen to me on a boxing event.
Well, I'm glad your ego's not that big to say that.
What's that? Sorry, I can't believe what's going on here. No, we're all right. Well, I'm joking.
I don't need to tap in with my microphone. No, I'm going to be nice today. So, Kalle, any final words from you? But thank you so much for being a guest. It's always a pleasure to catch up.
I love watching October Red. Make sure you stay tuned. October Red. Great work. Fantastic interviews. Always knowledgeable. Always fun, and always you're always on point. And you don't hold back on the questions, but you do it in a polite way. So,
thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, and thank you for watching October Red Boxing. Like, subscribe, and tap the bell for notifications. You can also find us on Instagram at October Red Boxing and on Twitter, October Red UK. And remember, at October Red, we stay ready.